Hello everyone, I am Garima Bajpai, your host, and today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, cloud first to cloud smart to cloud minimalism. If you don't know me, I am the founder for the DevOps community of practice here in Canada, which has several chapters, Ottawa, Montreal, Edmonton, Atlantic provinces. If you are curious to know what we do in the community and connect with like-minded community leaders, to check out our community chapters in these places, and also you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to know more about what is upcoming. So let's quickly get started on this topic today. Some time back, I wrote an article and it was published in different reputed dailies with DevOps.com, for example, and it was also published in several other places. So let's talk about what this article was all about and what are the next steps we are proposing here. So before we start to discuss this strategic shift for cloud computing adoption and various connected development, let's revisit the basics of cloud computing. According to NIST, the essential characteristic of cloud computing include the following, which is on-demand, self-service capability. The consumer can provision the capacity without human intervention when needed, and broad network access, which means that the capability is available over the network and can be accessed easily through standard mechanism. The consumer can get benefit on capabilities like resource pooling, where resources are dynamically assigned and reassigned, and capabilities are elastic, which means it can scale up and down as per the consumer needs. And the service should be measurable. Now, with more and more companies realizing the benefit of cloud adoption, it is quickly becoming a battleground where companies are aggressively pursuing their plans to quickly onboard to cloud at near real-time speed and, of course, limitless scale. And these massive plans come with the cloud-first strategy. Now, let's talk about cloud first. Many organizations have attempted to define and refine cloud-first strategy. When we talk about clouds first. In this talk, we will highlight some common principles which can baseline for further analysis for a strategy. So cloud first strategy is often described by following principles, and obviously considering the 5 characteristics of cloud computing. So use of cloud service is a default by taking into consideration these 5 cloud computing characteristics, designing for cloud, architect cloud native workloads, and limitless customization. Adopting cloud service functionality, automation practices, cloud-based security and other features, and monitoring and measuring cloud services in real time. Now, prioritizing cloud services have led to short-term gains to many and mostly providing the edge on agility and scalability. However, it also poses some challenges like cloud first does not mean one size fit all. On top of it, many companies have indicated cost sprawl and overrun. And this is what we are going to talk about in our next summit, FinOps Summit 2024, which is coming in August, and the call for paper is open for that summit. So moving on, recognizing this challenge of cloud first strategy, there was a report to the president on federal IT and modernization released publicly in 2017 in accordance to the Executive Order 13800. The Office and the of Management and Budget pledged to update the government policy legacy federal cloud computing strategy, which is cloud first. So let's dig deeper into what was done and what were the next steps in this journey. So it advocated for cloud smart strategy. Cloud smart seems like the next step in the maturity of the adoption of cloud computing. And why is it so? Like Gartner estimates, around 60% of organizations have adopted a cloud first approach, will switch to cloud smart approach by 2023 onwards. And it is beyond refining the principles for adoption of cloud computing. Cloud smart addresses the practical implementation challenges and a more comprehensive outlook on cloud computing and critical guidance towards, let's say, security, procurement, workforce alignment with the onboarding challenge. At the end, it provides more midterm gains for organizations rather than only focusing on here and now. So, obviously, to maximize the value of cloud computing, Cloud Smart enables organization to assess, plan, and execute the right mix of public, private, and edge and on-premise needs without sprawling into the cloud provider ecosystem. The top considerations would be setting realistic goals aligned to the key business outcome, a selective investment strategy towards cloud computing tools and services, a roadmap towards cloud optimization, keeping sustainability goals in mind, and tight control of security and compliance. And do you have a cloud exit strategy? If you don't, it's time to look into that. So let's move on to the next parts of this conversation. And of course, I feel that it's already getting overwhelming. And I would like to talk about my own journey of organizing these summits or creating these talks on emerging technologies. It's interesting, but it's also overwhelming. It requires exceptional level of dedication and focus. And thankfully, I have found Magic Mind, which is a mental performance shot. It complements my healthy routine. I like to take it in the afternoon as a routine booster. It helps me navigate the afternoon crash and decrease my stress level. One shot of Magic Mind daily gets me focused mentally, clear my mind, motivate me, and be more productive while reducing stress. And one of the alignments which I found with this product is Magic Mind donates 5 cents for each bottle sold to mental health charities that helps US homeless communities. It's also 100% carbon neutral. It can be shipped internationally over 65 countries. And we have a good news. We have a limited time offer for you that gets you up to 48% on your first subscription and 20% on one-time purchases with code LEVICAST20 at checkout. You can find the link to buy with discount coupon in the description box of this talk, and you can also claim it on the website. So obviously, let's start to kind of deeper into the topic of cloud smart to cloud minimalism. And when we start to talk about cloud smart to cloud minimalism, why are we doing so today? Is because cloud waste is rising. It average cloud waste accounted for um, different reports. The figure has jumped from to 32% according to the report from Flexera. StrongForge reported 75% of organizations suspect cloud waste. And according to a report by PwC, about 53% of enterprises were yet to see substantial value for their investment in the cloud. Beyond 2023-2024, organizations will start to look at decluttering and refining the value dimensions of cloud. And these significantly focused on security and data protection. Mixed cloud on-premise and cloud computing capabilities on the card. Organizations are also willing to take the next steps into sustainability goal. Cloud minimalism focuses on small quantity of optimized activity on the cloud rather than big bang approach towards onboarding to cloud. One of the main drivers to investigate the next generation cloud computing strategy is due to competing visions, goals, and future scenarios triggered by complex cloud-based supply chain model, substantial shift in security and privacy regulatory, and adoption of machine learning and data-driven models. Cloud minimalism does not mean rejecting or following a specific big bang way and consciously selecting and intentionally moving workloads to the cloud effortlessly. However, some factors influencing the choice for long-term strategic evolution are as follows. Sustainability goals take the center stage. Sustainability is not a checkbox item for example, many big organizations are getting serious about it. Amazon targets to power 100% of its data center with renewable energy by 2025. Microsoft aims to be carbon negative by 2030. However, operationalizing sustainability is more just looking at the CSP targets. It is about sustainable engineering practices, controlling and managing waste, and underutilization. The second aspect would be security and privacy reimagined. Mega cloud security to micro cloud security. The future is all about everything. And Specifically, regulatory and compliance related to guidelines will refine geographical boundaries for hosting applications. Characterization of sensitive information will lead to new security controls, and in some cases, limitation around cloud onboarding. On the top of it, the explosion of data-centric applications will need additional controls and at times can be seen as overhead by cloud providers to host such applications. For cloud native to edge native, with the development, we will seek more on-premise cloud and edge hosting models as a mix of cloud native to edge native applications. An architectural evolution and modernization will help define the boundaries in an optimized way. And lastly, AI goes mainstream. Many articles have been written on data hoarding, insufficient and wasteful consumption of data. The AI era demands more systematic handling of data resources. It's critically important to define ownership, rights, governance posture. The context of cloud, it becomes more important to be selective and pragmatic in the approach where, who, and how the data is handled. Cloud and data minimalism are disruptive ideas to start with and creates anxiety in the beginning, but it can reap long-term benefits for developing AI application towards process cleaning, optimization, and precise data with a mix of cloud and on-premise capabilities. Now, obviously, how to instrument this and how to progress on cloud minimalism. Recently, we have experienced explosion of tools and services in the cloud. Cloud computing strategy requires careful due diligence moving forward. It's time to think about, let's say, lightweight cloud playbooks, which can help you define your selective workloads. How do you architect those selective workloads in cloud? And also have a very tight and connected uh, overview of how this will help organizations in the longer run. Applied cloud minimalism focuses on existing workloads, decluttering and simplifying the architectural posture, meters usage, and optimizing the footprint. Applied minimalism will guide redundant workloads, lift and shift based workloads, and outdated or legacy tools and services. Applying cloud minimalization principle is not one size fit all solution. However, mindful onboarding can bring new opportunities to cloud technology. For example, cloud management tools, responsible sharing, and data optimization algorithms, um, etc., etc. So, obviously, it's important to look at the strategic goals and outline the short-term to long-term needs of an organizations for cloud adoption. It might seem lucrative to embrace cloud in its entirety in the short term, but it can bring some substantial bottlenecks into mid to long term. Short-term benefits around wholesale cloud onboarding can quickly vanish if there is limited pragmatic thinking and planning. So through this talk, I wanted to present a disruptive approach towards cloud. We do not really know if cloud minimalism is the only answer to cloud complexity and clutter, but it does provide some more pathways to onboard and explore cloud computing in a meaningful way. And let's explore in upcoming days how this area shapes up. And if you're curious to know more about, stay tuned. In our next stop, we will talk about more in detail what's happening in cloud and AI world together. And before I conclude my talk, I want to remind my community, don't forget to check out Magic Mind. You can find the link in the description box. And with that, I sign off for today. Thank you very much for listening.